and gentlemen, here's your homework for this evening. Be sure that you are doing this homework because I will be checking this tomorrow while you're finishing up your map exam. Please find your next blank page in your journal. Please title it Map Review. And then I want you to put triangles. Now this is a geometry concept, and some of you were working very hard to try to figure out what types of problems these were, and I'm hoping that this will give you a little bit of a taste of something that we are going to be learning about later on this school year as I introduce some map review problems around this topic. So we have a special tool called SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAH and TOA, that helps us find angle measures and sides of right triangles. And so in a right triangle, meaning it has a right angle, you could have an angle measure of, let's just say, 43 degrees. And there are three sides to a triangle, so let's say that this is 10. Let's say that this is, actually, we'll do 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we will use the relationship of this angle with the three sides to figure out what a missing angle measure or a missing side measure might be. The opposite side of an angle is what this O stands for. The hypotenuse, or the slanted side, I think that's how you spell it. If you look that up and double check that I've spelt it correctly, let me know if I've made a blunder, and I'll definitely give your class that point. So the hypotenuse is the slanted side, and this side that's right next to the angle is called your adjacent side. So O stands for opposite, H stands for hypotenuse, and A stands for adjacent. So adjacent is next to the angle. Opposite is across. And hypotenuse, again, double check that I spelled that right, is the slanted side. So if we have the opposite and the hypotenuse side, that's called S for sine. So the sine of 43, you use the angle measure, equals opposite over hypotenuse. The C stands for what's called cosine, or cos. The cosine of your 43 degree angle is, A stands for adjacent. The adjacent angle measure is 4. The angle measure of 43, the side that's adjacent to this, is 4. And H stands for hypotenuse. My hypotenuse is 5. Finally, T stands for tangent. The tangent of my 43 degree angle, O stands for opposite, which is 3. And A stands for adjacent, which means the side that's closest to the angle, is 3 over 4. So for example, let's put this into a couple different guided practice problems. Let's say, and we'll even switch this up, we'll draw this triangle that looks like this. We'll say that this is 62, and we'll do X, and we'll do 15. So we're given the angle measure, and we're given two sides. And it says, find the missing side. Or x. I have the opposite side, and I have the slanted side, or the hypotenuse. So when I look back up on SOHCAHTOA, I have opposite and hypotenuse, the slanted side and the opposite side. So I'm going to use the sine of 62 degrees equals O for opposite, which is x over 15. And some of you had problems that said find x. You have to use inverse operations in order to isolate your variable, isolate your x. Right now this is x divided by 15. So the inverse to get rid of the 15 in the denominator would be to multiply by 15. And that cancels these 15s out, and I just get my x. But if I do that on this side, it means I have to also do it on this side. So my final answer is x equals 15 times the sine of 62 degrees. And you guys don't know how to do that in your calculators yet. But that's an example. So I'm going to do another one where it looks like this again. And we'll do 24 degrees. And I'm going to do 3 and x. So you guys have to find x. Look back up, see what am I given in relationship to the angle that I have. So you're responsible for doing number 2. Now on the opposite side, on the left side, I'm going to do another type of problem. So here's number 3. Some of you had this instead. You had theta, and then you were given, we'll do 3, 4, and 5 again. And it was saying which answer is correct. So let's just say A is sine theta equals 5 over 4. Let's do tangent of theta equals 3 over 4. We'll do cosine of theta equals 3 over 5. And we'll do another tangent. Tangent of theta equals 5 over 3. And it said which one was correct. Okay, so if you rewrite SOHCAHTOA, don't worry if you guys don't get this. This is going to be something you guys spend months on in geometry. We have to see, okay, so S stands for sine. O stands for opposite over hypotenuse. So here's my angle measure. Opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5, not 5 over 4. So A is not the correct answer. In fact, I'll use a different color. B stands for tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, or the angle, the side right next to the angle. So opposite is 3 and adjacent is 4. That is true. We're going to keep that one. Cosine of theta is 3 over 5. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Cosine would be adjacent 4 over hypotenuse 5. Not 3 over 5. That's the incorrect answer. Here's another tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. The tangent of theta is opposite 3 over adjacent 4? Nope, they did opposite over hypotenuse. D is incorrect. The correct answer is B. I'm going to give you one more to try. Again, don't trip too much if you guys don't understand this. This is a pretty tricky situation. I'm going to give you another right angle, and I'm going to give you 71 degrees, and I'm going to give you 10, 7, and 16. And here are your answer choices. You're going to have to circle one. We'll do sine, and we'll do, oops, I don't want the 71. I want it to be theta. We'll do the sine of theta equals 10 over 16. B will be cosine of theta equals 7 over 10. C will do sine of theta equals 16 over 10. And then we'll do the tangent of theta equals 7 over 10. And you'll have to pick one of those answers. And that will be your homework for this evening. Thanks, guys.